I want to talk about them cloning Ye. I just saw this movie, man. I just saw a movie. They cloned Tyrone, man, and I ain't gonna talk about it for too long. I watched They Clone Tyrone, and I definitely see what a lot of people were talking about regarding the correlations to real life that they were trying to expose to everybody. Mind control, man. In the movie, they were talking about some sort of cocaine looking substance being put in the chicken and the hair products and the mind control in the music. You know what I'm saying? And is used to directly influence, or not directly influence, to literal mind control people into doing what's instructed, right? And the parallel I see here is that is essentially the exact same way. It's literally done. It's literally exactly as it's done in the movie almost. Not not as extreme. Of course, they head assed it as hard as possible, but that's what's happening here. I mean, the music influences people with their emotions by way of altering their emotions, making them happy, making them sad, making them angry, making them degenerates. Not doing what's right. Not doing, when I say what's right, not doing what's beneficial to the group. Being individualistic, being selfish, being a hop, skip, and a jump from a narcissist. Doing what's counterproductive towards the group. That's what these people, that's what the people in charge is perpetuating. So that's what that movie taught me. That's what the movie is try to show the rest of America, especially black people. And that's what I believe Ye is trying to show us. That's what he's been trying to show us. And you know what? I believe Jamie Foxx is privy to that also. That's why he's so invested into making this movie happen, making this movie do well. He wants everybody to see this because there's a message in here that we need to be paying attention to. I don't want to go too far into it, but another thing that's happening here is there's a cloning. I mean, of course, they talk, the movie Clone Tyrone. What it also is exposing, right, is the system's ability to recreate and recraft some 3 pillars of the black community. That's the pimp, prostitute, and the hustler. The system has created not the system, the powers that be, right? The unseen people crafted a system that clones these three fundamental pillars to perpetually keep our culture in a loop, in a cycle, a daily cycle. Now, it's up to us as a community to figure out what it's gonna take to throw a wrench into that cycle, to stop this cycle from perpetuating, from rotating, from continuing, right? I think it's unity, right? It's not just unity. It's unity driven by a code that is putting our best interests up front. It's a type of unity that wants to see actual equality happen in this country. And it's a unity that understands that there is a 5% wealth, a 0.5% wealth share amongst the black Americans in this country. And if we want to see any form of real equality in this country, we're gonna have to strive for a wealth share that's equivalent to our population. So that's what that Clone Tyrone movie taught a guy like me. The reason for this live stream right now is pretty much leading up to this point right here. So let's take a look at something that happened, some of the last moments that happened to Ye before he kind of disappeared for the moment that he did. Ye says, "What should be obvious by now is that I was raised to stand for my truth regardless of the consequences." I think we all should live by that code. So I will say this again. I was mentally misdiagnosed and nearly drugged out of my mind to make a manageable, well-behaved celebrity. Is that what we really want as a community, as a culture of people, well-behaved celebrities? Or somebody that's willing to say the things that we've discussed, that we've went over in this very stream? I think I prefer somebody that speaks honesty and speaks truth based on their observations and not just shut up. Here's a personal trend of his and what they said to him. He says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words, and everything that is discussed is based in facts and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. So he wants to mute him, right? He wants to say, hey, this is what the reality is. This is what the facts are. And that's okay to speak on facts. But some people, how do I word this? Some people have information that they believe to be facts. And if you cannot provide something to dispute their facts, if you don't have a rebuttal, right, you're going to have to accept the fact that this is a possibility in reality, right? And that it is up to your further research, right, to help you dispute their facts. Now, if there's a issue where the other person just can't accept facts, right, they can't accept a proper rebuttal, then that is an issue. I can't agree to that. And it's like I said, I don't agree with everything Gay says, like specifically the fentanyl situation. And we all understand that that fentanyl thing was just like was misinformation by Candace Owens, right? But there's no context here, so right. So there are other things that I would argue to be real, like everything that he says regarding Dr. Claude Anderson, and a lot of the things that we covered in this podcast, in this stream, right? Those were actual facts. Just putting it out there. So, but as I said, we can't allow people to just say that we're wrong without offering a proper rebuttal that's based in reality and based in rational thought and reasoning. So, and then he says the second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. That's a threat.
Isn't that amazing?
That's a threat. Remember when Ye said slavery was a choice, and a lot of people had a problem with that. This is the exact type of choice that that we're dealing with here. You either get with the program and you do as I say, and we disregard everything that you all the information that you're bringing to the table, or we do what's next to lobotomization. I think Ye chose not to participate, right? So what's I don't think he chose this option, right? I think he chose the option of screw you, right? He chose the third option. Ain't no cut. It's not a cut. It's not only two choices. It was three choices. He chose screw you. So that leads me to this. What that leads me to this last part. Ye was very, 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 very active on Twitter before he got banned for posting a Raylan symbol that many people confused for a Nazi swastika, which is crazy to me. I mean, I'm talking full-on news sources says that he posted a Nazi symbol. He posted a German or a Nazi swastika inside a Jewish Star of David. And it's so weird to me because even I learned in grammar school that the swastika, the German swastika, meant something completely different before they vandalized it. The swastika was actually a symbol of peace throughout history, dating back a long time, thousands of years before Nazi Germany vandalized it. And when I say vandalized, they took the image, right? They took because it stood straight up, right? And they vandalized it by tilting it, creating the Nazi swastika. Just one of the many lies that the media has painted about Ye was that he posted a Nazi swastika, when that symbol that he posted had a completely different meaning, and nobody asked him what he meant or why he posted that symbol. He's got kicked off of Twitter just for our argument to be for no reason whatsoever. So now we have Ye's Twitter today. Absolutely nothing. Completely wiped clean. Ye has been back on Twitter. He's been he's back. Thanks to Elon Musk. But like he's not, he's been back for like a week or two now, but he hasn't posted a thing. And again, Ye has been very active on Twitter for a very long time. And now he's posting nothing. So I want to close this video out with something that Malcolm X said during one of his last speeches with his people.
It is Jews who control the economy of Holland and use it for themselves and for the benefit of Israel. And got nerve enough to walk around here joining some NAACP or CORE and think we're going to be blind to what they're doing to us. No, someone better pull their coat. Someone better pull their coat before you start pulling some heads. That's not anti-Semitic, that's just plain intelligence. You know, I was on a program here in New York on Channel 13 in which I made a statement concerning how the Jews control about 80% of the economy in most Negro communities across the country. And the Jews just organized themselves and wouldn't let their thing come back on Channel 13. It was two interviews. One was done by Baldwin and one was done by me. The one I did two. One was short and one was a 30-minute derivation, 30-minute duration. And at the end of it, you remember Morgenthau jumped up and said that he's not responsible for anything I said. Well, I can understand why he said that, because during that same week, these same old so-called liberal Jews who claim they believe in free speech and all that old kind of stuff, they got together and prevented the showing of that interview again simply because I had made the statement on that the Jews are the ones who are robbing us and exploiting us up here in Harlem and across the country. Jews believe in censorship more than anybody else. You know, all you got to do is start talking about Jews, and you'll find all the papers will close up on you. They can't take it. They can't take any criticism. They're the most sensitive white people on this earth. They don't like you to talk about them, but they want to talk about everybody else. They want to tell you what Hitler and Eichmann did to them, but don't want us to tell you what Uncle Sam has done to us. And Hitler didn't kill as many of them as Uncle Sam did kill those of us. And if they were justified in snatching Eichmann and taking him back over there and gassing him, then God is justified grabbing Uncle Sam and putting the gas to him. See, they set themselves up as judge and high lord executioner. Well, we're not doing that. We're leaving the judgment and the justice up to God.